Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a new gun day, but we'll be getting into that in just a moment. I'm planning on going to HC2 again this coming weekend, get some footage recorded. So if you're watching this, let me know down in the comments below straight away what you think, what replica you think I should take and get some footage with. Just don't mention the Ghetto Blaster because that's already been recorded and hopefully it'll be up on the weekend. But today we're going to look at a new gas blowback for me, which is the Aeroknox. Now this is the Aeroknox by Double Eagle. This runs on their clone MWS system, and this is the Aeroknox licensed AX15 MWS 10.5 inch gas blowback rifle. So this is running on the DE clone of the MWS system. But the reason why I wanted to have a look at this is because I think it's the only one I haven't really looked at yet. So I put an order in with JK Army to get the new replacement stock for the Scar, the GM Scar, and they had these in stock, and I was like, you know, what the hell, I'm just going to get one ordered in. Maybe we can do something funky with it. It is a little bit strange looking. It's one of those guns you either love or hate. Now, Double Eagle have released this before as an AEG, and it's basically the same aesthetics, but this time it's an MWS gas blowback. And this is completely full metal as what you'd expect. I know we throw that term around, full metal, but everywhere that it needs to be it is. It's got a polymer grip, a polymer stock, which is a sliding multi-position stock. I actually don't mind this stock at all. It's got QD points on there, which is good. The fitment doesn't seem bad at all, so there'd be no problem with leaving that on there. It's actually not a bad stock at all. The receiver itself is a very funky design. You'll see it's got the similar fire selectors to what comes on the Ghetto Blaster. You've got these holes in the magwell, which is kind of oddly shaped as well. You've got all this aesthetic styling, little rib sections here on the upper, and you'll notice it doesn't have a dust cover, which, to be honest with you, I'm not too bothered about. It makes it a little bit different. Normal controls for your mag release, your bolt release. The only part of this that is ambidextrous is the safety and selector, and of course the trigger. You can pull that ambidextrous as well, can't you? So it's got this very unique front end here, all M-lock. You've got QD slots, so it's very friendly for those wanting to run slings that have the QD inserts on. Very nice styling, to be honest. Very minimalistic is probably why I picked this up. You've got this cutout section in the top here, which also does have an M-lock slot, but I thought, you know, that'd be perfect to sort of rest your thumb up if you're getting, you know, sort of a C-clamp style grip on this thing. It's got a very aggressive looking flash hider, which I really do like, to be honest. This is very much a Marmite gun, but you've got on there Butterfly Aeroknox 223556. The only thing out the box that I've noticed is the rail is just a little bit loose. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is just seeing that if we tighten this up, does it fix that now? Those are tight, so it's going to be a little bit difficult with this style of Allen key, but we can give it an extra turn, and hopefully, I think what that might actually be, I wonder if it's the barrel nut that's loose. It could very much be the barrel nut. So before we get further into this video, let's see if that can be solved real quick, because it's going to annoy me, and if it's just as simple as tightening it up, then we can jump on it right now, because if you guys grab one, another indication of the barrel nut being loose is like maybe you've got a little bit of wobble in the outer barrel. So we'll slide this off here. Just two 4mm Allen bolts. That comes off. And yeah, I was correct. It is the barrel nut that's loose. So I do have a proper barrel nut tool, not here though. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to clamp this up in my hands as tight as I can, and then I'll come back with a proper wrench and tighten that up. But that should just take out the slot needed for this video. It's got a pin on the upper receiver, much like the N4, which indexes, which stops the rail spinning round, which is a nice touch. So let's just tighten this back up now. And just hope that this is going to be sufficient for the rest of the review. So I haven't been let down by a Double Eagle MWS clone yet. They're very inexpensive compared to MWS's, but the way the market's going, depending on where you source them from, that could be true or false. That's nice and tight now. Of course, I'll come back in and really put some torque on that just to make sure it doesn't come loose. But once that's torqued down, because this has a pin in the handguard to stop it rotating on its own, you know, provided you put enough clamping force on here without going over the top, it shouldn't really come loose at all. So much like any other MWS, we can pop the rear pin out, which comes out nice and smoothly. We can pop the other upper receiver off. This does have the little extra tabs that you see on some of these receivers, where it just gives an extra bit of clamping force to take out any slop in the receiver. Normal Double Eagle bits and pieces here, as you'll see on the N4s. And we'll pull this out. It's very reminiscent. It's pretty much the same. The only difference being it has obviously different markings. It's interesting that they put the same, I think it's the same charging handle on each of the guns, but you do have Aeroknox printed on that as well. Let's pop this back in here. It's quite heavily greased, so we will come back after the review and just re-grease it. Which a lot of the VFC G36 crowd got very animated towards me when I did the VFC G36 review, but they don't understand how I do things here. I pull it out the box and use it as it comes. You need to do this mod, you need to do that mod, you need to completely strip clean and re-lube it. Look, every gun gets the exact same treatment for the initial review. So we've got the mag it comes with. I'm going to charge it up with some propane. Just so we can get this thing shooting and give it a chrono. Now this has been ordered from JK Army, so this will be, you know, an Asian variant, so I'm guessing this is going to be slightly higher powered. It does indeed have, you might not be able to see it through here, you might be able to see it just, let me focus the camera. You can see the inner barrel just poking through there, so it's got a full length inner barrel, but we're going to give this thing a go. Just going to use a speed loader here because I just want to chrono this thing. So, chrono wise, we need to set this up to a 0.3. That is usually the minimum standard we do it to on this channel. 0.3 gram BBs, we've got some propane. Let's get some safety specs on and see how this thing does. A little bit of movement in the mag well, but not too bad. So 0.3 grams propane. Yeah, as expected. 1.8 joules. 1.8 joules, nice and consistent. I did have a BB fall out there, so what that probably means is we need to add a little bit of hop, so the BBs aren't being retained. So let's just add a little bit of hop. The way you can test this is put your mag in, drop the bolt. If the BB doesn't fall out, then the hop unit is retaining the BB. So let's see. This might come out a little bit higher now. I know, still 1.8 joules. So very consistent. 1.782. 1.759. 1.711. So we are starting to come down a little bit now. Oh, no, we might be getting false readings because we're still not holding them in the chamber. So let's put a little bit more hop on. Ugh. Drop the mag. My mistake. make sure it's seated. Right, it's definitely not falling out now. 1.767, 1.739. So very pokey, but again, this was ordered from JKM in Asia. They got it to me very fast. Let's do a burst of auto. Let's see how it does. On par with the rest of the replicas. They really do run well. It's nice that they give you the 60-ish degree selector that's found the Ghetto Blaster. It's easier to get on and off safe, especially when you're doing a lot of CQB. But then you've got to come all the way around for the auto. Very, very nice. So, normal double eagle style mag that it comes with no branding on the bottom there. I'll take these specs off. So in the box, it was a very nondescript box. I had other things delivered which they'd put in the box as well. So they cut the foam out and just put another parcel in there. But you get the rifle itself, you get a gas magazine, and you also get the usual instructional bits. It's almost like they're following a little bit in line with what Evike do with their little authenticity cards. But what else do we get? We get an exploded diagram, which is nice. Just checking that against the rail there. So it looks like, I think it's just a drawing. I do kind of like the styling. Again, it's very Marmite. I've known a lot of people, when I said that I'd ordered this, a lot of people in the Discord were like, "Ooh, that's disgusting." But it's different, and it's the reason why I bought it, because it's a little bit out of the ordinary, and I feel like I could really have some fun with this rifle without, you know, trying to keep it, keep that minimum expectation of my own quality, if that makes sense. So I tend to put, you know, real steel bits on. I tend to put, you know, nice fancy front ends with an M-lock torch and try to keep it as good as it can be. I'm struggling here. So like a good example of this is my Ghetto Blaster. So I've kept it all FDE the way it came. The only thing I've changed, obviously, the pistol grip. Put a red dot on there, and I've got like a little O-light. So I've kept it pretty much as it came. Now, I'm not so much, you know, restricted in my own head of just like having some real fun with this. Maybe doing it a crazy Cerakote colour and, you know, doing something a little bit different. It's not like I bought the Ghetto Blaster to look like the Ghetto Blaster. This I just bought because I thought, oh, let's take a look and, you know, we can have some fun without, I don't know. I know what I'm trying to say, but I just don't know how to say it. So very nice little, you know, gas blowback from them. If you are buying them from Asia, you need to be, you know, aware that they're going to be pushing some power out the box because they've got a long inner barrel. This could be a perfect little platform to set up a semi-only marksman rifle. If you wanted to go that way, because the power's there, you could literally just, you know, put a scope on it, lock it to semi, and, you know, have some fun with it. We're going to play around with some attachments. I obviously need to torque that up. If I'm going to run this, you know, semi-competitively in an airsoft environment, there are things that I always do. Change a hot rubber, change the inner barrel, such like that. Maybe I'll change the grip. This grip isn't bad at all. It's similar to what comes on a lot of the other rifles. Do I have one? I'm sure I had one here. What was that off? I think that was off something similar. Can't quite remember. Maybe the Ghetto Blaster, not sure. So yeah, we'll be doing some tests with this. You guys, the long-time viewers of my channel seem to enjoy the Jaeger tests that I do. Those that come onto the channel because they don't like what I'm saying, don't understand what the Jaeger test is. It's pointless, this, that, the other. And, you know, it's literally there just as a base. If it can't pass the Jaeger test, to me, it's not worth skirmishing. You need to be able to put mag after mag after mag through it. If you put 2 mags through it and the gun chokes up and it freezes up and, you know, the cooldown's too much, it gives you a good indication that something's going to need to be done before you can take it into an airsoft sight and, you know, run it competitively. So I say competitively as a loose term, just be able to be useful with it. So very, I like it. It's kind of funky. It's kind of different. The receiver's blocky. It performs well, just like the other N4s out the box. You know, we're going to have to put an MPass in it to get the power down. What I'm going to do with this external wise, I really don't know. But this is just a first introduction to this platform. We'll, of course, be doing a mag compatibility test. Everything in terms of stripping it down like that should be very similar to the N4. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this first look at the Aeroknox AX15 from Double Eagle Airsoft. They're knocking it out the park with their gas blowback stuff. I can't wait to see what else they bring to the table. I know they're working on that Daniel Defense PCC, so I can't wait for that. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. There's a link in the description below to join the Discord, get involved with the Jaeger community. And as always, from me and Bench, we'll be seeing you in the next one.